All right, moving ahead to bad debt on utility accounts and ordinance amendment. Director of Finance, TJ.
Okay, so a few months ago, we did some write-offs for bad debts. A couple members of council requested us to look into different scenarios to research historic values on business accounts and review options for collecting bad debt. The problem that we see is there'll be an LLC or incorporated account, and there'll be a personal account or other LLCs, other incorporated accounts. Unfortunately, because they're separate entities, we can't collect on those separately. Those are some of our larger dollar figures that we're writing off each year. In the past 3 years, about $53,000 has been associated with business accounts. It's about 10% of the dollar amount that we've written off, but it is some of the higher dollar figure accounts. What we're recommending is that we increase our, require a personal guarantee, or give them the option of signing a personal guarantee for somebody who owns a business account. If they're not like to sign a personal guarantee, the option could be to require additional deposit of an average of 2 months to help offset the possible bad debt that's being incurred. This would be in addition to our current deposit policies.
What's the current deposit, 1 month?
Current is 1 month for the highest bill for the preceding 12 months. So this would, in essence, we could, potentially have 3 months on hand, but if it's not a personal guarantee, then we're just going on the deposit policy.
And how long before we end utilities for lack of payment?
We end utilities after the bill becomes delinquent 10 days, but when you're looking into it, we bill 1 month in arrears, and then there's another billing cycle out there. So potentially we're looking at right around 2 or 3 months of bills that could be out there before we disconnect these services. Well, not bills that are out there, but energy that's been consumed. So that's why I was kind of looking toward the 3-month period.
Tightening that loophole.
Yes, exactly. One thing I haven't reviewed fully is how this would impact the ordinance for pilot, and how we would incorporate that. We have to have those help look into that a little bit more. But just wanted to see if this was an avenue that council might pursue. Any thoughts?
So BJ, who's responsible for the personal taxes and?
The entity itself. So if it's incorporated, it would be that entity.
I mean, if it's LLC, they're responsible for the pilot, or is there an individual?
Oh, for the pilot?
Yeah.
Yes, it would be the LLC incorporated. The business.
We've got to tie the two together, maybe?
Correct. And we'd have to tie those in somehow, some way.
What about medical emergencies? When you go to the doctor, do we have grants that cover such things as that, or are we just vulnerable to the fact that somebody needs electricity?
We follow the SCC's recommendation on that. We have a form that can be filled out by a physician submitted to the Warren County Health Department, and then the director of the health department will let us know if it meets the criteria. Then they're allowed 2 30-day non-consecutive extensions, which allows the payments to be made. And that's
Who makes the payment for the person who needs the electric on?
Well, the person is responsible. They can simply reach out to charitable organizations. We do not have that policy in place.
Do you know about what percentage do we lose on those a lot? Or do we not?
It's not the dollar figures for those are rather large sometimes, but it's not a huge number of bills. But those are some of our larger accounts as well.
Going back to the LLC, so what you're saying is documented on John Doe LLC, you're going to have somebody to sign and be responsible for this.
Personal guarantee or an additional deposit.
But I know we had this last time, we had a huge LLC bill that were unpaid, but we didn't have anybody we could
That's correct.
hold them accountable.
And then they disappear, the LLC vanishes once they...
Sometimes there will be another LLC that pops up and it's the same registered, not registered owner.
I like the personal guarantee thing because it's like if an LLC goes to the bank,
apply for a loan, the bank wants personal, if I went, I'm an LLC, if I went to the bank, I gotta guarantee it, so.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I just
I
can't
don't see-
imagine, just because you're an LLC, that you can just walk away
Yeah.
from responsibility. You know, I mean,
That's what they've done.
well, yeah, but we've let them.
I
We need to tighten that noose up a little bit.
Well, in the last meeting, when we discussed this, I happened to observe a billing cycle run through the machine down there. And I saw a stack of yellow like this, and I saw a stack of pink like this. Am I right or wrong?
It's a rather large stack.
Now, the pink means that they're either delinquent or behind. So I think, me personally, you're losing money there. If you got 2/3 of your billing that is delinquent or behind, then on top of that, you got an LLC that comes in with just their LLC paper, and no one is held responsible by name. And I don't know about that, Mr. Lawyer, but if we can actually hold them, I know the bank will not only take an LLC, they have a name who's responsible. Until we get there, these LLCs are gonna walk away to Winchester, Stevens City, and some even show up here in Front Royal under another name. So, we just changed
Yeah,
it,
they just changed it to another LLC.
whatever that
That's
cost
what's called
is.
behind the personal guarantee is what associated with.
I mean, can we hold them accountable, that personal?
Yeah, VJ had me research that and see if we could acquire personal guarantee.
What other avenues are we weak in, BJ, that you can identify, any that you can share with us that you think that we need to take another look at?
Another option would be to maybe revisit the deposit amount or the criteria for the deposits.
Now, you're talking about all accounts, not LLC.
Correct, it'd be across the board.
Yeah.
That would significantly drop the bad debt.
What about the collection process? I brought that up before.
We certainly can proceed with an outside collection agency or a lot of times the civil process is rather lengthy, and with some of these accounts that we have, we would spend more trying to collect than what we would collect with them.
So do we collect the deposit up front for new accounts?
If we collect the deposit up front on new accounts, if it doesn't qualify for good credit, it has to be no more than 4 late payments for a monthly billing cycle for the previous 12 months with us, where they can seek a credit letter from another utility company.
Or if you own your own house, you don't have to get the deposit, correct?
That's not correct.
That's not correct.
It used to be a criteria, but that was changed years ago. Now it's just based on what we consider good credit. Like I say,
You know, I'm just an old dumb country boy, but I keep saying, if you got 1/3 of yellow and 2/3 that are pink, and you're gonna tell them you gotta come up with another $100 for deposit, they're lucky to make it on a monthly basis now, so, you know, how they're gonna come up with
Well, that
the
would be.
additional deposit?
That would be when they first move in, Bill, not because they're getting a recipient.
I'm just saying.
I mean, unfortunately, life is set that those come first and then the reminder comes later.
I'm still
we're
concerned
basically
about the
talking
collection
The
process.
LLCs in right now.
I agree with Bill, 2 months for the LLC, yes. Personal people moving into an apartment, that's another barrier to entry at this point. You gotta do first month security deposit and then 2 months worth of electric bill. That's
good credit after 1 year, it is refundable when the account is closed, it's applied to the final bill, and then anything's left over is refunded.
Well, Tasha, just to bring you up to speed a little bit, we're trying to reduce our
Oh, no, I understand.
negative, and not that we would charge too much electric, maybe a month and 1/10.
Well,
Maybe increase it $20 or something, but we're just talking about it right now. We're just
well, yeah,
trying to-
just to make sure my thoughts are out there. But
Exactly
2
right.
months is excessive.
It very absolutely, because sometimes deposits are too.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, the deposits are really.
We do have
One month.
rather good luck with the debt set-off program through the state of Virginia. We collect roughly about $40,000 from that every year. That is a good avenue for us, and it doesn't cost us any additional money. Years ago, when I first started here, we did have a collection agency that pursued on the accounts for us. The collection agency wasn't beneficial.
Well, I've said before, I sit on a bank board, and we recover through liens. But the lawyer goes, well, first, the clerk at the bank goes over and files for a lien. I think I got the terminology right. I gave it to you, DJ. And, I mean, if you're gonna recover 30%, I mean, that's a pretty good term for me.
You can recover money from people who own homes, but I can.
You can also take them as a debtor on their job and put a, what is it called?
Garnishment.
Garnishment. We get garnishments all the time. Now, there are some exceptions, some deaths and some different things, but you're not gonna recover. But if you don't go out and get a lien, or you don't go out and get a garnishment, you're just giving it away. And I understand the state thing, but we're not being proactive enough to go out and get a garnishment.
Yeah,
Find
there
out
should be
where
a
these
minimum.
people are. I hate to bring up a personal example, BJ, you know the example. My daughter moved from one house to another house. 6 years later, she gets a bill for $200 and some odd. 6 years later, 6.5 to be exact. And I'm sitting there wondering, how in the world do you wind up 6.5 years later, you get a delinquent bill, and all she did was change her electricity from one house to another house? How does that happen? Something's wrong with our system.
Behind the cracks.
That was a mistake.
Well, see, there's a mistake. Now you're asking a school teacher to come up an extra $230 or $270 in 1 month. And I know you made changes to that, but
That was BJ's.
that's just a family example. I mean, you know, I gotta look out for my constituents out here too. But when I look at a stack like this, and I'm saying, that's money right there. We aren't managing that money over here.
BJ, aren't they pass-through bills?
The orange ones are past due bills. They incur a 2% late fee once the orange bills turned out.
And the late fee somewhat covers the printing and servicing.
Well, the printing, yeah, the servicing, the income not coming into the town, obviously, that we could have in our interest-bearing accounts, things like that.
Well, we'll move forward with the LLC first, and we'll get that taken care of. You know, we can do that, and then we'll move forward later on with residential, whatever.
I'm still recommending that we go to the courthouse and we find out where these people live, if they move, and we put a lien or a garnishment is probably the right term.
Well,
BJ, I think there should be a minimum dollar amount that we'll pursue. Going to court for a $120 bill, we're gonna waste more time, and the garnishments take a while before they actually go into effect, and sometimes by the time they go into effect, the person leaves that job and you start all over again. So I would say a minimum dollar amount that is owed, and then proceed with legal things. If it's not gonna be worth our time, like a $120 bill.
And
$120 bill.
if you look at the list that we write off, many of them are very low dollar
Yes.
amounts, but the fewer, the higher ones were the ones that we kind of focused on.
Yep, the big ones.
I have one more.
Sure, go ahead, Gene.
CJ, going back to your, you take the highest up to 12 months, and that's what your offset is going to be when I come in and tell them that. I come in and I move from here to here, and I have paid my bill every month, and then all of a sudden, you send me back my deposit. Do you have any idea of how many people, after they get their deposit back, and then they go in arrears, or feel something? Is there a lot of those?
I don't believe there is, but I don't know that offhand.
I'm just curious, because I wonder sometimes maybe there would be a way to, they pay a deposit, and the deposit stays until they do.
And
I'm not giving back in the years later.
Yeah, when the account's closed, then, that may be another option to look into. I don't know how many are, the historic values.
Well, I'm just curious, because, that was, to me, if you're having, after the 12 months and get to the deposit value, then all of a sudden they begin to fall back by payments, then we're right back straight in.
The council's just looking at ways to minimize the impact on our regular paying customers. All right.
Hollis,
Yeah.
BJ's done a good job over the past couple of years. We have made some improvements, and granted, we have some more areas to work on. Did you go over what you've done over the past couple of years? I mean,
I don't have the data in front
yeah,
of me.
okay, but I mean, we have made some,
But
we have made
our
some
bad
great
debt has
efforts.
come down each year for the past 4 years, I think, or so. So we are making strides. We're pursuing our shut-offs more so. And keeping track of those payment agreements. We have a system in place now to where if the payment isn't made by the approved date, that we do go out and disconnect. It wasn't tracked very well in the past, but we've really become stringent on that. And also with our debt service and implementing some other procedures to help alleviate some mistakes that happen.
Joe, keep in mind, the council wants to enhance his efforts that he's put forth in the last couple of years since he's been director. And we definitely recognize that came from 400,000, half a million, whatever, down to 100, 150. We're just trying to help him get it down a little bit lower if we can. Jake?
I'm fine with the LLC and pursuing that. It's a great idea. And as far as residential, if we can't, to Natasha's point of it being expensive, as you're renting a new house or a new apartment or whatever, maybe to help offset the deposit, we can offer a direct debit. If you set up this direct debit in your checking account, then maybe we reduce what was actually asked for up front, since we can direct debit their checking account, know immediately when that doesn't go through.
I never thought about that aspect, but that may be a good way to pursue it. We do offer the direct debit, so.
But that could be a requirement in lieu of coming up with a lot of money out of your
Don't we
pocket.
charge extra for the,
Yeah.
we don't?
Thank you for your work on that. I remember being really surprised when I saw that 3 years ago, how much money was there.
I don't want to sound negative, I have witnessed what he's doing personally. And I know that he really bends over backwards to this 2/3 of the stack to help those people to pay it off on a timely basis. So, I mean, a lot of things he's done has been an improvement. But as I said, the LLC one and garnishments, banks do it all the time, and it's not that expensive when I'm talking about garnishments.
Oh, yeah, because I used to do property management, and we would take people to court and get the garnishments on rent that weren't paid.
And I wouldn't have any problem with big bills, but, it's gotta be cost effective, for sure. And maybe there's an easy form, an easy file form, who knows? All right.